going on, guys? It's BX Beast Boy, and we gonna check out some Destiny drama. Apparently, he was like having some kind of like beef with Brittany Simon, the freaky chick that be talking about BDSM. At least she used to before she deleted all the BDSM videos that I've seen. Maybe she uploaded some new ones. She's also known for being on there with Abba from Abba and Preach, and then letting him pow her with the hand, and then she pow Destiny, I think, with the hand. She gave him some of that forearm energy. Apparently they're beefing. I'm hearing it's BDSM related, and I want to start doing a little bit more content, like not based in that, but that have some of that in it. Because I'm not afraid to admit I'm into the BDSM world as well. And what you talking about? You guess what I am? Guess what I am in the comment section. All right, let's see what Destiny has to say. He's probably gonna cry about it.
Brittany Simon leaked a DM. What are we even leaking here?
Hit the like button, guys.
Destiny is famous for being friends with bad people. And when it came to Brittany,
I already know everything she's going to say, and I know this. Oh, I already know. I pre-watched this in my brain. I already know everything she's going to say, and I understand what she's going to say, and she's 100% right. Normally, I wouldn't care. I shouldn't say that I wouldn't care. I should always care, actually. But it's actually...
Shut your nervous ass up. Hold on. Sometimes I'm noticing there's an echo because my headphones be really, really high. So I want to test it real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to make sure your viewer experience is even better. So I'm going to lower my headphones, right? And I want to see if I can turn it up still to where you guys can still hear it good.
Bad because I'm setting a bad example. I remember she fought with me in the car for my phone.
That's even.
And if she got my phone, it was all over because she'd see me texting her friend. All right, she walks up to me, she slaps me in the face. Brittany Simon leaked a DM.
On a documentary,
sometimes I'll be noticing it when I'm editing.
Steven.
Like
so I had
really
like a thing put together for me
now,
so that I could go through all of his VODs really easily.
It's just because my headphones
and
feedback.
they make it so that I can just pick his channel and then search a word.
Do you think there should be upfront rules set in debates like the Jones ones, like for fairness, only allowing source-based arguments, preventing tangential rambling and non-engagement questions? Yeah, probably there should be. But they weren't ever going to do it in that thing.
And I'll go through his entire transcript on his entire channel, and it'll tell me exactly the timestamps of where he says these words. And so I can do the same thing on your channel or anybody's channel.
What is this about? What are we even leaking here?
It's just like, search like Destiny Lunch. It doesn't come up with anything. So the VODs.
Hey, yo. Yo, I told y'all. I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was on his sub timing. I knew he was on his sub timing. Right? I'm hearing that Brittany from one party is saying that Brittany's a sub. I don't think so. Switch bid minimum, I'll give her, because I've seen her do some dominant things, right? Which is why I don't know if she took those videos down, bro. But she had a series exposing someone that was in the BDSM community, and I think she might have taken those videos down. But she was real like dominant. She was playing the mother role to another BDSM what's the name party.
It's probably
I just timestamped for the DM. What?
They're eating on Friday.
What do we even need this? What do we?
Your Cuban side better be picking. I'll figure something out. Okay. I know they're supposed to be like friends. Were they on a date?
The story when I tell the story, you mean? Or what?
Yeah.
What do you? Oh, well, when Erudite asked me on that, do you guys remember? Or do you know that I was on a panel with like Lycan and Erudite and stuff? And they asked me about the friendship with Destiny. That's where I mentioned the text message. If that's what you're looking for.
Okay. Well, no, I think early on when you guys, I could have sworn that you mentioned it a while ago, where he was saying that you guys were friends, and then you were like, "Dude, we didn't even have one-on-one time." Like,
yeah.
I asked him if he wanted to have one-on-one time, but he was just kind of like nonchalant about it. And so
I mean, I think we had at least one-on-one call that I think lasted for maybe an hour, maybe. I don't know.
Wondering if in there you said like he didn't really like wasn't clear enough and that wasn't consent for me and I needed to be a bit more explicit or something. And so
yeah, look it up because I do not remember it being a consent issue. I was just trying to imply it wasn't an investment issue, which is totally fine. Like again, Destiny doesn't need to be close to me. It was just like after the bridge burning, everyone was like, he was your best friend. He confided in you. And I was like, I'm so confused about what people think is happening behind closed doors. But I just met this man. And even though I like our friendship, I'm very confused on why I'm given like all this responsibility in terms of his feelings. But I also understand Honestly, can I be real with you? After I saw that Cherry tweet, I was like, I thought we were cool. And I was like, oh, this is how Destiny felt when he saw my video. And so I realized, like, yeah, that fucking sucks. But also, like, I just processed it as, like, Cherry's doing her own thing and having her own opinion. But I did for a minute think, like, oh, he just felt like I thought we were cool. And we are cool. But I think if you watch my content, you have to know that, like, I'm very critical, but I love everybody. But I think Cherry is putting out this tweet to almost, like, say, like, I'm something that's false about me, I think. So, like, that's why I'm a little annoyed. But also, like, if you don't think I asked for enough consent.
Okay, I don't know. Fuck, I thought I might have been wrong about something. Well, now I'm not sure if people are talking about something in the background that maybe I was wrong about, and now people think I was lying. Tree messaged me a few days ago asking about doing a video.
Okay, yeah, let's go to that.
And I feel like Steven wanted to spend time with her. Wait,
I ain't gonna front.
So when she asked me at lunch, the two of them, he said, if you want, and she said, oh, no, thank you then. She explained, if you want. I don't know if
it's the angles. It's kind of like if you ever watch Arrow, right? During there's a TV show, and Felicity ain't really thick, but she hit certain angles where it's like, Felicity got the cake. Sometimes, like when she pop up, I'm like, looking a little thick there. Right. I ain't going to Destiny streams for the thickness, but I just thought that shit was random. I was like, that's surprising. You never would have thought. And it could also be camera angles, right?
Didn't make her feel like Steven wanted to spend time with her.
That's hilarious.
Wait, hold on. Wait, real quick. Until Tree said Steven told her he didn't want to do it. I've never said this before.
With a gold chain on, with a damn turtleneck.
Hold on, real quick. When you say things like nobody cares or whatever, just leave. Come back in an hour. There's so much shit that we talk about on stream. Okay, just come back later. Just come back later. Just come back later. Just come back later.
Can't go wrong with the turtleneck and gold chain.
Jesus. Trey messaged me and said, Steven, I need to ask you something. That day when Abba and Brittany Simon came over to your appointment and she sat you down and slapped you on your live stream, was that kick discussed between the two of you before she did that? And I said, no, LOL. But that's all I said. I didn't say that like I wasn't okay with it or I told her not to later or anything like that. Like I never said anything like that. Oh, okay. One thing, Tree means that you were indifferent. You didn't plan to do it before stream. That's all Tree means. Yeah, I know, but like Cherry is interpreting this as though I told Tree that I didn't want to do it or something.
Okay.
Something. Okay.
Damn video.
One thing about this channel. Okay, you should know this. Okay. One thing about this channel is we cover a lot of different types of content here. Okay, we cover a lot of different types of content.
Yeah, shut up.
When we're talking about that, and we call somebody vanilla, this is somebody who lives a.
Go back.
Please.
All right, now here's the
and
BDSM
for me,
talk.
When somebody's having like a BPD freak out, I'm
going to probably break it down during a little bit more and go into slight more detail.
Like I'm icing them for a week. I can't talk to you. Like this is too much.
You said the rock fit.
But the problem is when you're a public figure, well, the next way to alleviate that compulsion is for that person then to go on Twitter and start spamming a bunch of random personal shit to try to get you to respond, which was very, very, very annoying.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So I can like never trust this person again.
I don't care what nobody say. What did he say? If you see me come on this bitch with a turtleneck, right, black, with the gold chain, I came to fucking stand on business, okay? All right, I'm coming to talk to the whole CNB. Came to talk to the whole CNB. I'm gonna have a big ass dog walk on me too. I'm just be walking back and forth on the stream, and I'm gonna end it with, "I never liked you anyway, you pretty motherfucker." There's going to be so many people that don't get the reference at all. That's okay. I'm old. I think I wasn't even born when that movie came out, actually, that I'm referencing. But that's New Jack City.
So when you see me say a DNS
one of the most famous
relationship, I'm talking about somebody's the top, somebody's the bottom. Somebody's the dom, somebody's the submissive, okay? Now, when we're talking about that and we call somebody vanilla, this is somebody who lives a regular life. There's no kink. There's no energy exchange whatsoever. All right. So it's just somebody who just likes, just do everything that ain't dealing with kink. Does anybody have any questions? Let me know, because I need to break this down to you so you can understand, what a POS Brittany is and why I'm kind of shocked that nobody called her out so far. All right. So even though I have retired from the business, there are some times, before I got married, where I would be.
A dom know a dom when he see one. Tree, the black woman on the screen, is a dom, without a doubt. I've seen a bunch of her debates in a few videos. She's a dom. There's not even. She's definitely a dominant woman. I would like to see her and Brittany go back and forth because then that would show what Brittany is. Right? I think Brittany is probably submissive. Maybe a switch because she has played the mother role to certain people.
Interested in doing certain dominant things to men, right? But you always have to have consent.
People keep saying Destiny is a switch. Destiny is not a switch.
When someone does something to you without consent, not only have they violated your trust, they violated your boundaries, but they also violated you as a person. You always need.
Please recommend a DSLR camera I should get for streaming. I'm looking to upgrade my equipment. The go-to like
cheap about your damn camera. All right, so pretty much what's going on, guys. If you came in and you don't know, Destiny was friends with all these people in this video, right? Destiny have his own community of like people that, how can you say it, orbit him, right? Which is crazy because he talks crap about people that orbit Vash or orbit Hassan. Destiny has its own orbiters. If you don't know what that is when a streamer or a creator has enough notoriety that smaller creators go around them a lot with the intention on getting their fan base, right? So they might pop up and say, for instance, scream Fang Gang to make it seem like they're down and then disappear, expecting my fans to now check them out on their channel and their live streams and things because you're thinking, hey, that's someone that supports BXB's boy. And that's what a lot of these people do, right? I don't do that. If I say hello to somebody or if I rock with somebody and enjoy their content, it just is what it is, bro. I'm not asking for nothing, right? But when it comes to collabs, I don't even be trying to thirst for that, to be honest, right? Because I want people to like me for me. Personal experience, Destiny seems like a sub that wants to come off as a switch. I agree. He does look like a sub that wants to come off as a switch. But yeah, so he's pretty much had this beef within his orbiter community. One orbiter that doesn't affiliate with him anymore leaked his DMs, and another orbiter that's mad at him because she slapped Destiny consensually. But they're saying that Destiny is so weak that he didn't really consent, even though he said okay.
Scenes with a contract. That's y'all watch too much. What was the name of the kink movie?
Response to the vanilla allegation. She's saying that I don't live a kink lifestyle, which is true. I don't know all the BDSM shit that well, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But when people talk, so in common parlance, when people say like, are you into BDSM? What they really mean is, are you into restraints and choking? That's what most people mean. 95% of people say, oh, you like BDSM? Wow. Oh, I'm sub, I'm dom. What they really mean is, I either like to choke you or I like to lay there and do fucking nothing. That's what like.
Whoa, and that's called a pillow princess, sir. He don't know what he's talking about. See, and this is why I got to start breaking down videos like this a little bit better. Yeah, I want to talk about society, and that's something that's involved in society as well that gets so misrepresented, bro. That's why a lot of people are afraid as content creators to come out and say that they are in the BDSM world because people automatically start thinking the worst, right? I had a debate about this recently, like last week, with someone in my personal life where I had to try to keep explaining to them, like, yo, you keep thinking of the extreme cases as a representation of BDSM. And sometimes people are just crazy. Don't put that on BDSM, right? You can be a crazy, weirdo, sicko person and just so happen to like BDSM as well. That's a huge possibility. But to just assume that everybody just out here choking and all this other stuff and then describe a pillow print, bro, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, right? So that's what you're vanilla. You're vanilla as hell, right? A vanilla sub, I think so. But yeah, come on. At least do the research on it.
95% of people mean. But in actual like BDSM relationships, the power exchanges are a lot more visceral. They're a lot more like prevalent and sometimes in everyday life, like the relationship you have with your partner, and then the acts that exist in the bedroom and like the relationships between those acts and the partners, they all of them have these like undertones or overtones, I guess, of like sub-dom relationships or whatever. When she says I live a vanilla lifestyle, she's saying that I don't live a life of kink. I don't like participate in any of that, which is true, which is gonna be true for most people, yeah. Even if you are like a dom or a sub person, or even if you do restraints or BDSM, like most of the people that say that don't actually live these lifestyles, they just like to do fun things during sex sometimes. It's a different thing. Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey.
It's because they don't know themselves. That's all it really is. People do stuff that's BDSM related and not know that it's like real BDSM related or that they have certain kinks, right? You ever slap your chick's butt? Ever just get good one time? Or a bunch of times? Because it's just something you like doing? Guess what? You might need to take that BDSM exam, brother, because some things you need to find out about yourself that you wasn't aware of. Hey, ladies, do you like when your man do that? Like when you get in one, you might need to take that test. I've taken the test in front of everybody before. I think I might do it in another live stream, right? I'll take the test in front of everybody again. Because a lot of people be afraid to take that test. For me, the way I see it is like on some Eminem, 8 Mile. I've seen people get canceled because of the lack of understanding for BDSM, right? People would cancel someone because they just assume the worst. So if I'm open about it and I let people know, not personal details in the bedroom, but just who I am and whatever, I think that is like people who have a full understanding. And it's better to come from a place of understanding than coming with torches and pitchforks, right?
Contracts are only for a slave-dominant relationship.
Not everyone's brave enough to do that.
You know
I'm not
what I'm saying?
trying to big myself up. Just people, they don't want to deal with the backlash.
I want to tie a guy. Well, look at Darius. What? I don't need a contract with Darius, okay? Darius pissed me off. Darius disrespected me. And he wanted to do a collab because he thought I forgot. I told you I hold grudges. And I said, no, Darius, you're going to have to submit to me. I need to punish you.
You're the man. Thank you. I will start there. And if need be, I can downgrade. Well, listen, bro. Somebody in chat just said my advice is 10 years old. I don't know if this is like the...
I don't care about what camera you use.
The only way I will collab with you, you must submit to me. I use those exact words. I said, you made me mad.
Is there a difference between being a sub and being a woman? Yeah, they have nothing to do with each other.
Piss me off. The only way you're going to do a collab is you must submit to me for punishment. I am upfront and honest what I want to do to him.
I knew it.
And I said, I want to cane you, spank you.
Have we had enough female crazy orbiters or encounters to change your shitty bubble wrapped view of women? Or no, more do we need? LOL. I don't know, Golem 86. Throw your mom up here and we'll see, okay? What's your bedroom stamina methodology? Just come over and over and over again. Okay, have 50 orgasms.
I remember that. I look into and people were crying on live. Dash took it to, and people were crying on live. That's crazy.
I want to paddle you. I'm gonna tie you up, pull your hair. I just talk all the stuff that result in pain.
Yeah, I do remember.
So I was upfront with him.
Wait. Do I still have that clip? Do I still have that clip when I started scorching the dude when we was taking the BDS exam on the live stream, and he got real like uncomfortable and started trying to come at me, and I started ripping him to shreds because he was lying. He was just lying the whole time, simp ass nigga. Man, he still be watching me.
What you don't do
I just ignore the messages.
As a woman, or you don't do as a dom, you never do something that someone is not aware that's coming, and you don't do it without consent. So, for example, we'll use Darius again. Say, for instance, Darius didn't know I had a grudge. Didn't know I was still pissed off that he disrespected me.
Is it when she's talking about Darius? Is she talking about our Darius, or is it another Darius?
I'm assuming he's a content
and I want an apology. So let's say, for instance, he was like, he forgot all about it.
Or is she just using him like as a hypothetical example? She didn't actually do anything with him. She was saying like, hypothetically, this is... Why does Tree have 5'11" energy? Bro, Tree is like 6'3" or something. She is insanely tall.
I had a feeling.
Tree, let's do a collab. And I'll go, yeah, come on over to Georgia. I'll drive up to Atlanta. And yeah, we'll do a collab. You can, how about we go to this dungeon? We can have some drinks and stuff like that.
Oh, he agreed to do this when he sees... Okay.
He gets there. I grab him.
I don't know if you're talking about coming over and over, but the boys at PK have a solution for our small load friends. Oh, that lock and load shit. I actually tried that for a month or two and it didn't do anything. I think any mixed reviews online from all of it. I don't know if I believe it. Some people say, so just people said celery literally works, or it did for me. When people say celery works, my guess is what's happening. I could be wrong, but celery is like 95% water. I think celery is literally just more.
Same thing with letters.
The clock, and then
his joints be random as hell. This is making me feel like I'm not as random as I thought I was.
I already know. I pre-watched this in my brain. I already know everything she's going to say, and I understand what she's going to say, and she's 100% right.
Go part of EOS. Now, even though I'm retired, the part of me of looking at people playing safely, especially with vanillas, is important. And sometimes I see things that other people don't see. So Destiny is famous for being friends with bad people. And when it came to Brittany,
I already know everything she's going to say, and I know this.
That's funny.
Oh, I already know. I have pre-watched this in my brain. Funny. I already know everything she's going to say, and I understand what she's going to say, and she's 100% right. Normally, I wouldn't care. I shouldn't say that I wouldn't care. I should always care, actually. But it's actually bad because I'm setting a bad example. I've even talked about this before. Okay, real quick. Okay, sex talk time. Okay. Never, ever, 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 ever negotiate anything in the middle of an act because people will agree to things that they probably don't actually want to do. For instance, if you get a girl really horny, you might get her to agree to fuck her in the ass because she's horny and she's like, fuck it, let's go for it. Okay. The problem with doing things in the middle of when you're heated is because you're horny, you're in an emotional state, you're like feeling good, you've got all the endorphins, you've got everything going. You might agree to something and after when you're done, you're like, fuck, I actually really didn't want to do
Shut
that.
the fuck up. Yo, man, shut up, nigga. That sounds crazy. Okay, so first, you can't use like just signals and things like that, just stuff that people been using throughout time of when they know that someone wants sexual interaction, right? So you clarify, you ask questions during, right, to make sure it's good. And because the person's turned on, you shouldn't ask them while they're turned on. What? So before anyone's turned on, y'all should negotiate. Y'all should make a decision. Y'all should negotiate. You should write it down. Excuse me, madam. Would you be okay if I penetrate? I said the like homeboy from One Piece. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you show me your panties? Yeah. Yo, man, I might start hitting people with that. But yeah, man, One Piece is an anime, guys. If you know. But yeah, that sounds crazy. I think that sounds a little over the top, Destiny. It sounds a little soft. Now we can't even ask during the activity if it's okay to do an activity. What world do we live in, man? Like, this shit's crazy now. This is getting too soft.
Fuck me. This is like a line that I didn't want to cross. Like, another good example is coming in somebody unprotected, right? Some girls might be like, oh, like, let's wear a condom. You're like, oh, well, fuck it. I'll start without a condom. I'll get one later, blah, blah, blah. When it comes actually to you're like, fucking fill me up, baby. I can get a plan B. Fuck it. Yeah. Negotiating things in the moment is almost always bad unless you have a high level of trust and you know that you're with somebody that has a big, big, big backbone. There was a girl that I hung out with in Sweden.
All right. So now we want adults to not be adults. That's what that means, right? We want adults to not be adults. Well, the person you're with might be weak, so consent don't even matter then as well. Shut the fuck up. Man, where Destiny at? I'll debate him right now. I want the smoke. This sounds crazy.
That was very, very, very good in the moment about like setting boundaries. One of the only people I've met who, yeah. And so I think like if I was somebody like that, I'd be like, hey, do you want to do this? You'd be like, no, I don't actually want to do this. Cool. Most people, unless you know them and you've got a high level of trust, you know they're really firm on their boundaries. Most people, you do not negotiate things in the middle of an act because there's a lot of pressure to agree. The emotions, everything are running wild, blah, blah, blah. I think what Tree is going to bring up is that we're on a live stream. I'm trying to look cool or be cool from our audience or whatever. Brittany's this little, 4'11" girl who suggests like, oh, can I slap you? It'd be cute.
She's
I don't think I've ever been slapped before. I don't think so. So to introduce me to a new.
We could tell. We could tell, Destiny. We could tell. You give off ain't never been slapped or in any physical altercation in my entire life energy. That's the type of energy you give off, like completely. Like there's not a second that I ever thought that you've been in any kind of fisticuffs. You talk like a nigga that ain't never gotten popped in their mouth for talking crazy. That's just how you speak. That's the energy you give. And you can tell those people. So if the fact that a 4'11" chick that's 4'11", that's crazy. That's short. I didn't know she was that short. She popped you a good time consensually and that was too much for you. You should have said no. Like, be a man. I don't kink shame. He's soft. But wait, no. He's vanilla. Be a man. I can't even use kink as an excuse for Destiny because he's admitted that he's vanilla. So kink is not an excuse. You just soft. You a bitch. What kind of man just says, okay, you can slap me?
Like kind of power dynamic kink play thing like this in the middle of the live stream that I hadn't negotiated ahead of time for her enjoyment and benefit, like in the moment, is a pretty egregious act of violation of consent. I think that's the argument that Tree's about to make. And she is 100% right. I should have said, I should have either lied and said, sure, since we've talked about this first, so that the audience wouldn't get the wrong impression. Or I should have told Brittany, like, maybe tomorrow we can do it. Let's talk about this first. That's what I should have done.
He thought that Brittany was his...
Didn't you have domestics with...
Ain't he older than me? How old is Destiny? Ain't he a grown-ass man, or am I tripping?
Your baby mama? Yeah, but we didn't usually hit each other unless it was with like other things. Usually we were just like grabbing each other and choking each other or pushing each other.
Hey, girl. That he could trust. I do believe, if anybody from DGG is here, you can correct me. I do believe Destiny had the nerve to say fans, right? He could trust Brittany with his credit card and his bank information. Am I misquoting him?
Slapping during childhood can get traumatic, so triggering later in life. It's very personal, so be careful. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe, yeah. Well, when Brittany slapped me, I didn't get triggered. I did find out, though, which is kind of funny because I've always considered myself immune from trauma because I'm a god. I do have one trauma trigger. So if you're a woman or you ever want to trigger me in life, but if I'm in an argument with somebody and they put their hands on me to like prevent me from moving, that actually, my brain gets into super fuck mode, not in a good way, like very quickly. I realized that in a disagreement I had with Melina where I wanted to leave the room and she like grabbed me. I was like, why the fuck are you touching me right now? Like, are we about to fucking fight? That actually drives me insane. I didn't feel it with Alex though when guys do it to me.
Nah, yes you did. I was gonna say you did, fam. Yes, you did. You could tell. He put his hand on your shoulder. You was freaking the hell out. Fam, so yeah, I would say so.
Maybe it's only fighting women. I guess most of my fights have been with women, huh? I guess all of my fights have been with women, so. Paste.
Okay, so that is correct. That is correct, right? When I saw that,
oh, that's not actually true though. I did get slapped by a girl once in high school because I wanted to date her friend. The girl that I got rides with. I just remembered that. She slapped me in front of my whole band. The whole band class. What a dramatic event.
Yo, the funniest part, he said my whole band. I was like, oh, you was in a band? Band class. Oh, okay. All right, that makes more sense. No offense. Shout outs to the band nerds. Man. Shout outs to my girl Willow. That wasn't her name in the damn American Pie movie, but she always gonna be Willow to me. That one time at band camp, yeah, American Pie is the movie that taught me that the freakiest chicks is the nerdy ones. Nigga. That's a fact. I learned that from that movie. That's facts. I definitely learned that from. I was too young to be watching some American Pie. That's a classic, man. We got to watch that. American Pie is one of my favorite movies of all time. The whole series, not the straight to DVD sequels, though.
And then I dated her friend for 2 weeks.
The original 4.
And American on the day Pie, that I brought her flowers 2, and dropped American them off,
Wedding, American Reunion.
She broke up with me and said, because she'd figured out she was a lesbian.
Nerd chicks be freaking.
And then I was depressed. And then I hung out with another one of their friends in her house for the night. And then that friend would go on to become my first real girlfriend and wife. First wife.
Said, Lord, this little fool. Okay. I cannot believe he said that about this clown.
Actually look kind of better.
Now, what y'all don't remember, and I'm talking to GGG here.
The girl you rode with to middle school slapped you? Yeah, what a crazy dramatic situation. I think I've told most of the story before, but basically, like, I was getting rides with her.
No, we're not doing that. We ain't doing that, Destiny. Yo, fam, I ain't gonna front. Me watching this is making me feel better about my streams. Right? I guess I'll be like overthinking, like, damn, is this too much dead air? Am I talking about nothing? Nah. Because if people like this bullcrap, fam, I'm giving off entertainment like a mother effer. He looks like he would have been in band. Yet facts. That's why I'm like, damn, when he said my band, I was like, he was in a band? I was about to say, oh, snap. And then when he said in band class, I was like, okay. Yeah, nah, that makes sense. 100%.
So the first one was the one that gave me rides. Not the good rides, apparently.
No offense to band.
Eventually got to the point to where I started to
front like that's not nerdy. It's cool. I was kind of a theater kid, right? So I started getting in trouble. And I guess became less nerdy by definition. I was still nerdy as hell and wanted to be in plays. But I was in a few plays when I was like in junior high school and stuff like that.
Expressed interest in her friend, but then she kind of started to ramp up.
But that's just
her attention.
I didn't like being in large groups. And the tech club had like 4 people, and we got the whole tech room to ourselves during lunch break. So I'll just be in there watching movies. I didn't build nothing. I was in tech club and didn't build a damn thing once, and had a good time in that joint too. Especially on the last day, man, the tech club, because each club had like an advisor. The advisor that we had, he took us to like some beast ass joint, like for the last day, right? Like last day of the school year. Took us to some, I forgot what it was called. It was like just a place where they have a bunch of different cool technology shit for you to play with. Buy like race trucks. We had like the drones before people knew what drones were. We was like messing around with them shits. Right? Did like the test ones. It was really dope. It was a cool experience, right? I remember there was a nerdy kid that he's supposed to be like crazy. And he said something to me. He was like, I'll hit you in the face. I was like, do it. Do that shit. Dude, on the trip. I'm like, do it. I'd love to see that. Wouldn't y'all like to see that? I'd love to see. This nigga was like 3 feet tall, bro. He was like, calm down. Trying to calm him down, his little self. He's like, ah. He like really cocked back. Because I'm like, yo, get this little nigga in my face. Nerdy dude with glasses. I could have picked him up by the back of his shirt and placed him outside the car. Like, okay. Nah. Come back when you cool down, bro.
To me, like she was like touching me through my pants and shit. And then I think one day I had asked the other girl, her friend, out if she wanted to go on a date.
How the hell? Okay.
And then that one girl that was giving me rides, like I remember she fought with me in the car for my phone. And if she got my phone, it was all over because she'd see me texting her friend. And this was back in the day when you didn't have like lock screens on your phone. Like if somebody just got your phone, they could just like look at everything. There was no.
We don't need
Hold
those.
on.
Go to the damn Slap, bro. Is he looking up lock phones?
What was it?
Okay.
I
don't care what phone you're using.
I say we went and saw V for Vendetta, but it would have had to have come out in like 2004, 2005 because it was in
How
theaters.
Old is Destiny?
When did this movie come out? Oh shit, it was V for Vendetta.
I was like 14, 15.
We went and we saw V for Vendetta. And then we, Destiny, her friends must have talked her up to do that shit too. Yeah, they were all probably talking, probably trying to say that like I was being like some crazy double agent or whatever. Whatever, but missing potential romantic partners, that could be real regrets.
See something different through the eyes of a femdom.
Destiny's female stories
It was like with
trash.
Mr. Girl, who also Destiny's befriended. When
Especially
Mr. Girl
high school.
did that, you're my...
Wait, you could cook. How come you had the chicken fiasco? I don't know the memes. You're actually good at cooking. Like anybody can learn to cook. The chicken fiasco was because it was a fuck.
Go to the damn thing.
It was for
show. I mean,
line cooking is like
the whole joint and starts
grilled chicken. Well, now I've got to turn. Yeah.
You're my doll. You're my human doll. He did that video where he made Shaylin cry. I broke that down from a femdom perspective. And it gave a lot of insight into it because Max does that too. Max violates the boundaries of his crazy girlfriend. By the way, F her too. I don't like her anyway. But I was showing you how these crazy...
Did you ever feel morally weird about working at a casino? Having moral qualms with your work is a privilege exclusively reserved for incredibly wealthy people, my dude. Destiny, I grew up in North Platte, then later moved to Lincoln to finish college. I now live in NC, North Carolina. My sexual partners from Nebraska and Iowa were way better than East Coast girls. Have you had similar experiences? Bro, that's a lot of people. There's a lot of girls on the East Coast.
Particularly DNS, which Mr. Girl is into, where they do things. It's not pushing boundaries. It's violating someone's boundaries. It's actually doing something to them against their will, and they did not give you consent. Okay? So, I watched it.
Fuck, sorry. I'm getting so many messages in chat. Cooking is literally just following a recipe. If you're cooking at home, you're not creating new extravagant fucking dishes, just making some shit you got off the internet. I mean, like, I'm going to go in this pan at mid-high temperature for 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
Something happened that we don't know. But I'm going to show you what she did and why has it been a year later and nobody said anything. So, Abba and Brittany, they're all sitting around talking, and all of a sudden, Brittany brings up about slapping Destiny.
Are we lifting?
Yes.
Or ring?
Okay.
Is that a Kendra?
Cool.
Just Dale car. Are you sure, Steven?
I should
You don't want one for the road?
Boys, how are you going to do it?
How hard do you want me to do it?
What is the point? Am I doing anything for this?
Even if it's after Abba,
This is what you want.
The
Stream was requesting it. It wasn't even my idea. I wouldn't even thought about it. Your stream was like, slap him. And I was like,
so,
fuck,
put it
yeah,
on the
fuck.
screen. That's
I already know what
crazy.
she's going to say. He's getting pressured by people around him. He's expressing discomfort or unsureness right here. It's being presented in the heat of the moment. Like, this is something that should have been
But you're
discussed
not a
ahead of time so there'd be no
baby,
discomfort
though,
or no
Destiny.
uncertainty as this is going to be the...
But Destiny, you're not a baby. You're a grown man that could have said no.
the way, every one of
And
these
your
people in
wife
here
was
besides
there?
Brittany is vanilla. Are we clear? Because I personally
don't
asked
respect
Alba,
you.
is he in
This is
DNS?
why.
And you want to see why I asked him that, right? So
They gonna respect her.
for anyone that is part of this world, and the world, when I say the scene, I'm going to use that interchangeably. I'm going to say the scene, I'm going to say this world. So whenever I say scene and this world, we're talking about kink, we're talking about domination, we're talking about submission, we're talking about fetish. Are we clear? Do you understand? So when I say scene, when I say world, I'm talking about that, all of that, kink, domination, submission, fetishes. We're talking about all of that, okay?
Knowing she's a dom explains why I don't like how she talk. It's not, because I feel like she talking at me right now. I might be like, who the hell you? My bad. I forgot. Two doms. My bad. My bad.
When someone from this scene interacts with a vanilla, you have to clear things up with that person first. The biggest violation in the scene is to do something without consent. And for anyone to sit up here and kink is, I want you guys to understand something. Slapping is a kink. I should know. That is how I realized I was a dom. Real quick story. I was a bodyguard. When I got into policing, I was a bodyguard for some exotic dancers. And one of the dancers came down and said, Tree, this man wants me to slap him. I can't. He's one of my favorite customers. He gave me $100. I'll split it with you.
Okay, hold on. This is advanced cooking technique, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, okay? Another big thing that makes a huge difference for cooking any kind of meat is using a meat thermometer, being able to turn
one. And he basically
Some people said for large cuts, yes, it's very normal.
I think it's going
That's more
through
of a
cooking,
barbecue.
even
Oh,
though
we are
my
super heated and chatty.
trash cooking ass, I need to be listening to his damn tips. That's what I should be doing. Should be listening to his damn tips.
Cannot get without using one. Wow.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Why the hell is she putting her hands on this man? And I'm not putting up with this. The chat told me to do it. Baby, I'm a domina. I'm 100% certified FDA bitch. Grade A bitch. None of you clowns, no offense, can sit up here and request me to violate somebody, especially somebody that's my friend. Boundaries. Since when does the chat has the power to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn about your damn request. Who gives a shit about your request? She
meat
wanted
thermometer
to do
one.
It. No, Steven let her do it. But this is what I'm saying, and I'm glad some
meat
of y'all
thermometer
are trying
kings
to blame
on top.
Steven for this. Sure,
Hey,
Steven could have stand up to her, but my problem with Steven is that he let things go too far. But see, here's my problem with you stupid women. You don't realize when you out of place. You don't realize when you cross the line. You don't realize when you need to take ownership of your own actions. She brought up.
How's she gonna know that if he didn't put her in her place and tell her that she crossed the line? Right? Like come on. He's not a baby. He's a grown ass man. Right? Like that sounds crazy. Now she's sitting here defending this grown ass man. Like, well, he didn't feel comfortable, but he wasn't man enough to say it. Listen, learn enough manness to say, I don't feel comfortable.
I've worked in tons of restaurants and every chef I knew taught me to use their hand to tell me if the meat is done. Okay. I've heard this before and I don't believe it. That thing about like touching your thing here to tell when the meat is done. First of all, you are never touching a fucking steak over and over again to check for doneness. We're gonna have different like I don't think you can ever.
And what happened? He let it go too far. So thank you for bringing that up. He let it go too far, and then he wants to talk about his boundaries. But see, I'm sorry. This is her fault. When I say her, I'm talking about Brittany. Okay? I'm talking about Brittany. CJ, can you shut up and let me do my stream?
She over there barking on the chat. He got to take some accountability. He should have said, no, I'm not comfortable with this.
I'll tell you again.
It's not
You acting like I'm stupid. Of course I seen the Abba slap part, Brittany. I got the damn video up. What you think? It got the slap in here. So when I saw this and I saw her go like this and said, the chat wants me to do it. The chat wants me to slap you. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. So if the chat told you to set his hair on fire, you're going to sit up here and say, oh, come on, man. The chat wants me to do it. The chat asked me to do it. We don't pay attention to the chat when it comes to actions like this. So just as she rubbing her hands, but I got to understand, I got to show you what I am seeing. Okay, and then I'm going to hit play. I got to show you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bottom trying to top her.
Do you sort out the women who cannot set boundaries, or do you still take what you can get? I think that I think people talk about setting boundaries a lot, but when they talk about setting boundaries, they only talk about it from the women's side, because the damage that can happen if you're not enforcing boundaries is like rape, which is annoying. However, I'm sorry. There's a lot of manipulative or boundary violating things that women can do that just don't get talked about as much because the consequences are usually not as severe for men. But I don't want to go run down this whole trade right now. But like, for instance, I actually think that it is. Here's something that I will say. You have this concept of a fuckboy. So it's a guy who pretends that he's going to date a girl, and he does that just so that she fucks him. Okay. I would argue that's manipulative and you shouldn't do that. But there's never any criticism for a woman who knows that a guy isn't interested in her really, but she keeps like.
I hate that. Oh, I want to let him finish, but I'm gonna comment on that.
But there's never any criticism for a woman who knows that a guy isn't interested in her really, but she keeps like trying to basically get him to interact with her by flaunting sex. Like, hey, do you want to hang out tonight? Blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, I don't know, I'm kind of busy. You're like, oh, well, maybe I come over. Maybe we can fuck, whatever. It's like, the guy's like, okay, yeah, fuck it. Sure. Come over. I think that's actually manipulative from the woman's part. But nobody ever talks about women being manipulative with offers of sex because of weird, like, misogynistic.
Whatever. All right. Yeah, I agree with him to some extent. I do hate that. Like, so for instance, right, let me just start out the gate. I do think that you should be honest. You should be honest with the person from the beginning on what your intentions are. It usually always works for me. But I am aware that honesty might not work for other guys because females, you put guys in certain categories. Men do this too as well. But within the female, we talking about y'all right now. Y'all put guys in certain categories based on level of attractiveness or what do you value from them, right? So say you find a guy to be really attractive, but he might not be into relationships or you just don't see him as relationship material. You will be perfectly fine with smashing him the first night, right? That's okay. You just smash him the first night, no judgment, none of this. And then you meet the guy that's actually treating you with respect and willing to go, through the route of earning your trust and all this, and you'll make him wait, right? Your body, your choice, I understand. But why are you making him wait? Oh, well, it's because I don't want him to run off, right? If things are easy, he's going to run off. You're giving him an unfair standard that you did not hold for this other person that you found attractive, right? Because sometimes it's that you don't find the other guy as attractive, but you like his other qualities. But you didn't hold these two dudes to the same standard, which is you by default manipulating the latter. Because you're withholding sex with the intention to convince him to stay. You're trying to manipulate him to stay using sex as a crutch over him. A lot of females don't realize this. This is why some men would just leave, right? And he just wanted sex. No, I don't like being the one that's not getting it compared to the person that you just met off the first night and gave him sex immediately, right? Now, I do understand all the elements that led to that. But if a chick is willing to say blatantly, oh, I found nothing intriguing about him and had no interest, that's why I had sex with him immediately. You can understand that the guy that wants intimacy, right? Especially men who are territorial. We want to mark our territory. You're telling us that we have to go through all this whining and dining and all this extra shit, right? So you could convince us that you're a good girl so we could wife you up. Because that's the other excuse. Well, men don't want to wife up the chicks that just have sex. That's why I just had sex with the other guy, because I didn't care about being in a relationship with him. I didn't want to get wifed up by him. That's why I was intimate and went across certain boundaries with him, because I didn't like him. No, dumb that sound. No, that sounds stupid. That sounds really dumb. That you like the guy, so you don't want him to think. Guess what? I hate to break it to you. You're lying and you're manipulative. You're purposely lying to him because you're not being who you are. You might enjoy sex. You might want to have sex with him, but you're pretending that you don't. But you're withholding to convince him to stay. That's a form of manipulation. Me, I'm petty, right? I'm super petty. So if I'm hooking up with a chick or trying to hook up with a chick and she turned me down, I'm perfectly okay with that. It's your body, your choice. But if you think that months down the line that you're going to try to get sex from me and I'm going to be interested, you're out your mind. You're out. Nah, it turns me off. Chicks not liking me or being attracted to me or sexually attracted to me turns me off. So it's probably going to be a no. I'm the guy that you tell no and I listen. And that's simple as that. No problem. That shit is a deactivated button. You try to start the robot up again, it's going to be nah. It's going to take a lot. Now you're going to have to wine and dine me. Now you have to treat me nice. What kind of guy do you think I am? I'm just dropping my drawers for everyone. I'm going to hit you with that. And you ain't going to like it. You're going to feel frustrated. A lot of females don't know how to handle rejection, let alone sexual rejection. You're going to assume the man's cheating, trying to have sex with your man, and him say, nah, I'm not in the mood. Or him hit you with the, I'm tired. Which is fine. But let females lose their mind. Ooh, you cheating on me? He going out with another chick. Now she want to look through your stuff and look through your phone. All because you hit him with the same type of energy. It's a double standard.
I would say views of like how sex works. Like, oh, well, she's offering sex to get the guy to do something, but like women are the ones who are always at danger during sex and blah, blah, blah. But I would argue that's just as manipulative as a guy being a fuckboy. It's just that the consequences for the...
This is crazy. With fuckboys, they're honest. Fuckboys would tell you nowadays. You know why? Because they ain't got to lie. Newsflash. Fuckboys don't have to lie because females will put these guys in two different categories. You're the one I have fun with, temporary. And then when I see you in the streets years later when I'm married, I act like I don't know you. And then there's the guy that I'm going to take my time and act like I'm a good girl and do his other stuff. And meanwhile, he don't know that I was getting banged out by a whole plethora of people. Chicks sign contracts to not tell nobody. Do you realize that? There are girls that sign contracts with athletes and famous musicians that we just going to have fun. And after you leave this hotel room, you never going to utter a word. Think about that. And then when it comes to you, we going to wait 6 months to a year, baby. Take our time.
Guy are usually not as severe. It's just like emotional manipulation or shit like that, you know?
The dating world is just funny.
Who's vanilla. Do y'all understand me? I'm seeing someone who's not in a position to be a top her friend. Now, before I was married, there's a lot of things I wanted to do something to some of my male friends, but I got their permission first by asking certain things.
What to do with your male friend?
You know what I'm saying? I'll ask. I never popped anything out of the blue to any of.
Does this actually happen? Do this and I'll fuck you? Kind of. So here's what'll happen. That's kind of annoying. Hold on. I might burn like 5 bridges right now. Listen. Let me make sure I'm not about to.
This nigga up, bro.
Hold on.
Let's see. Damn, he dry. Even.
Girls will do. If for whatever fucking reason we still talk on Instagram, I try to move everybody over to Discord because I hate keeping up with 50 million fucking apps. Okay. Girls will do a thing where sometimes you're messaging them and you're chatting with them. And sometimes I'm like busy and I can't read the here. God, fuck. There's so many annoying DM things. I need to get better. I have gotten better at it, but I need to get even more better. Okay. I don't like all the games that have to be played with like read receipts. It actually drives me fucking insane. I hate it. Okay. Sometimes you send a message and sometimes I'll read it and I just don't have like a response right away for it. That's it. Okay. So I'll read it. But I feel like sometimes if I read a DM and there's a read receipt, the girl feels like she has to send another message. And it's like, just no, I'll respond later. But like a girl send me like 1 or 2 messages and I'll like read it. I was like, okay, got it. And I'll like put it away and I'll respond later. But I can't respond because now she'll send me like 1 or 2 more messages. Like, okay. And then if I read those, then it'll be like 1 or 2 minutes. Like, why are you ignoring me? It's like, I just don't have time to respond right now. I can't respond right now. Okay. I'm not ignoring you. I read your message. So
it's like, he's like a woman. And that's crazy. Yeah, I guess you going through women problem. Is that how y'all feel if a man does that? Would you feel same way? With me, if a chick like me, they send me messages nonstop, memes nonstop, like whatever. I'll run through them all whenever I have the time. Like whenever I have the time, I'm not going to open a message and read it if I'm not going to have the time to respond. That's just stupid to me. I guess I'm on the female side with that one. I'm not going to open a damn message if I don't have the time to respond. That's just like, that sounds so backwards to me. That's like answering the phone, right? If you don't have time to talk. That's crazy, right? Like, it's pretty insane. And I don't mean as in you answer the phone and be like, hey, can't talk right now. I mean, you answer the phone and you just sit there and just, you listen to the person breathe for a little bit. And then you put the phone down and then walk off. And the person's still on the phone like, hello? oh my gosh, I heard you the first time when you said something. I didn't know how to respond, so I put the phone down so I could walk off and do a bunch of things while you were still on the phone. When I'm ready to respond, I'll respond. And then he put the phone back down and walk off again. Yo, that's so stupid. Yo, just day through day, like just common decency is lacking through humans. I'm noticing just the regular, just how to not be a dick. Just people just don't know. That's too much for you to fucking respond. Don't read the damn message. You streaming right now. If you can't reply, don't read it. Don't open it. No, nothing. The hell is wrong with you? That's pretty damn simple. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. And it's something I'm working on. I always tell myself, read now. Respond when you get a sec. Oh, I should. No, by now, my ADHD brain don't work like that. I forget I walked in the kitchen. Right, you know what it is? It's because we have a sense of urgency for ourselves, but we don't have the sense of urgency for the next person. So for us, we can't wait to read the damn message right now. I have to read it right now. But then when it comes to replying, I'll do it another time. That's crazy. And I guess I was guilty of it at some point until I started really fully thinking about that. Because I'll be sitting there just analyzing things, right? And I was like, it doesn't really make sense. It is like more on the selfish side. So it's like when you get that alert on your phone, the urgency for you to answer it, not saying you, but in general, for us as humans, to answer it is like that we gotta know. It's like getting a present. Waking up in the morning and checking your DMs or something, checking to see if you got some alerts. But then when it comes to respond to someone else, to give them that sense of, I get to see that alert and we selfish with it. And that is something that as humans, it's so common that we don't even think about it. And it's not something that's like a catastrophic event, right? And it could be something that's like small that we work on and we fix. But that is something that's just a day-to-day thing that people do on a regular basis, right? Like, and with my mom, if I text her something and she don't respond, I will call her. 100, yo, what's good? You all right? Right, that's what I do. Right, I'm gonna check on her. My mom does the same thing. And I just get very easily distracted, unfortunately. Did you get distracted before you checked the message? Honest question. Was there any distractions before you read the message? Why was there no distractions before we read the message? It could be a subconscious thing, or you could just be distracted. But like when I get an alert, if I'm not able to respond, I'm not like, I literally won't acknowledge it until I'm ready, could respond or ready to respond or something. Like I'm editing, I got headphones on, unless it's a phone call. Phone calls, I'll pick up immediately. And it's usually are you okay? Are you all right? Okay. Whew. All right, man. Just want to make sure. Just, I get a phone call, I assume the worst. But when it comes like text and message, I'm gonna check it whenever I'm able to check it. And if I pick up my phone to check it, I'm going to respond. I don't care what I am doing. But that's just me because I've sat there and thought about it, right? Let's say. But we do get distracted sometimes, right? That's why it's like best for me to just knock it out right then and there, right? I had that conversation with my little brother recently. Start taking my ADHD meds when we decided to start having kids. So I just need to realize that I'm some disadvantages and got to move a little differently from how others move. I understand that. I had that conversation with my little brother recently. I asked him to do something. This dude, yeah, I'm going to do it in a second. And then he always hits me with that shit. And I be getting pissed because he forgets, right? And I try to explain to him that I'm the complete opposite. I'm not answering or reading messages right away unless you're like one specific person. I can understand that. But my little brother, like this dude, I hate that. Like when he tells me that 1 second shit, that shit pisses me off. It gets me so mad because it'd be the simplest thing, right? I walk in his room, he got like a container on the desk. Yo, throw that in trash. All right, 1 second. I look at the container. I look at the trash can literally right next to it. I'm like, get your ass up and throw this in the trash. Oh, I was chilling for a second. Nigga, I swear, bro, I had to walk out the room. Nigga, I had to walk out the room, bro. Because I was like, that's just, you just blatantly just don't want to be told what to do. That's what it is, nigga. Because something like that is just throw it away. That's why I always had a different reaction as a kid, right? I remember when in group home, a staff told me that, like, yeah, I never had to ask you to do nothing twice because you don't want to hear our mouth. So you just do it as soon as the first time. As soon as you get the sentence to start coming out your mouth, I'm cleaning. You never got to tell me to do my chore, right? Because I don't want to hear nothing. This nigga sit there and then he'll complain if you tell him more than once. Because he act like you nagging him. Like, nigga, just clean your damn room. Like, how hard? If there's a trash can right there, why are you putting the container on your desk? That literally is 1/2 of a second more of a movement. It's 1 second. Never mind. I'm gonna get mad again. I swear, these kids, bro. That's when I knew I was officially a grown ass man. When kids frustrate you, you just like, yo, this little nigga, like he just this mother. I don't know how. My mom already trying to tell me to talk. Nigga, it's gonna end up a WWE match in this bitch. My brother ain't that damn young. He's like a teenager. But yeah, fam, and he's a huge fan of WWE. Huge fan. Sit there watching podcasts of this shit. Tired tell him he should start a channel without showing his face, just use voice. You know, never want to listen.
So then we can't do that. So now what do we do? Okay, well, now I can't ever open your DM. Now you're never getting read. Okay, so now you're not even left on read. Now you're left on notifications. So
watching me now.
But then what'll happen is if a girl thinks that you're only reading her notifications, what she'll do is she'll send a picture. And now it's like, okay, well, you sent me 2 messages and now I can't see them because now you sent a picture and it scrolled my notifications off. And now it's like if I open it and it might be like a sexy picture. It's like, okay, well, fuck me. You're trying to like bait me with a picture to read the fucking conversation. And now I have to respond because now you sent a fucking picture and I didn't even want to respond to stuff earlier. And now I'm going to respond to the picture. Now you're really like,
why do you have to respond? Because she sent the... Calm down, brother. This dude is illin'. Like, it's not that serious, bro. Like, relax. Just respond when you can. Check it when you can. Oh, she sent me a sexy picture. I have to look at it. I have to look. Oh, this is why your wife did that to you, bro. This is why. Right? She assumed that you wasn't a simp ass nigga from the beginning, but you was. We gonna finish this soon. I swear, I can't keep watching this.
Fuck me. I can't. This shit triggers the fuck out of me. I can't stand it. Oh my fucking God, I can't stand it. That type of shit triggers the fuck out of me. I think that's unethical. I think it's manipulation. Like, just let me read a thing and respond when I can instead of, yeah, Jesus. Okay. Why not turn them off? Can you turn off read receipts on Instagram?
I think so.
Hold on. Is that a thing?
Is that a thing? I believe so. Or you could just be patient and wait.
Okay, no. I'm talking about Instagram. Okay, yeah.
You just wait. just wait. No, it don't have to be that serious.
My male friends in the past, I've never done that. Because you always want consent. You always want consent. And when you do something that's one on a live stream, and I got a problem with this, I got a problem with women overstepping their boundaries and humiliating men that did not ask for it. You know what I'm saying? And because you know Steven is nice, because he done said that he trusts your dumbass with his bank account information, you are now taking advantage of the friendship.
I don't know. I gotta...
She's a very bad...
hurry up and get it out the way mentality sometimes. Right? Not something all the time. Like I said, since I was in a group home, that's why I think of that shit differently. If I'm going to start something, I'm going to just finish it. Right then and there.
Bad person. And when I saw this,
like,
my freaking hand was covering my mouth. So here we go. So once again, she's a bottom, putting herself in the top position. She's out of pocket for that. She's not in a position to be in that. Can you be like both dominant and submissive? You can be a switch, but she's not a switch.
Yeah.
A switch is someone who can go dominant and submissive. She's not a switch. She's never been a switch. She's always been a bratty, what she calls herself a bratty bottom. And
what about women acting like they're very sexual before the relationship and then go straight to 1 to 2s a week after? How is that not manipulative? I mean, I think that is, but then you just break up with the girl.
She does seem like a brat. Right? Brittany does seem like a brat. Destiny is going through PMS. That's what it looked like.
Because you feel like you're not getting enough sex. It's totally fine. I don't know why people act like it's a big deal. Like just say like, oh, I'm breaking up.
You want to sit up here and say she was a switch? I dare her to show me a video in her past where she said she actually did dumb work. She ain't never do no damn dumb work. When you are an alpha woman, you use your powers responsibly. This is why you don't let stupid bitches like this be in charge. Yeah, top it from the bottom. But in this case, this is non-consensual. This is non-consensual. And only an inexperienced dom will let a submissive top from the bottom. I know how to handle them bitches real quick. Okay, here we go. Sorry.
This is good.
What happens if we marry them and they stop? We're going to divorce them. I don't know. What do you mean?
I get what she's trying to say. Like, he's so submissive that this isn't consent. But come on. He's not even in the life, yo. So you can't even throw that umbrella on him. Like, so he's vanilla.
She was requesting everything I even thought about. Your stream was like slapping. I was like,
If you really want to.
And this made me angry. I was literally watching this live. And this is my problem with Steven. And you really want to, what? But I got to explain the dynamics here. I got to defend Steven. Steven was smitten with Brittany. Anytime
I was not smitten with Brittany. That's a cute take on that, though. To be clear, okay, I don't reveal this for almost any person because I won't. Okay, me and Brittany never exchanged anything sexual, nothing even remotely in that context. That never happened.
Anytime our switch is real, yeah, there's a such thing as a switch.
Maybe he wasn't into that. All right, but what's going on with Destiny? Now I'm talking about if y'all gonna, you just gonna have her slapping you and you ain't gonna, never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He's a sub. He's a sub. Look how uncomfortable his wife looked. Finesse is so hilarious, bro. And he wonders why things don't work out. I think Destiny still, even at this point, with all his notoriety, he does not know himself. Listening to Destiny makes me feel like my attention span is decreasing.
Switch is a real person. You can't, there's not that many switches, but there are people, they're way more submissive than our doms. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, let me explain the dynamics, right? There's way
The
more
problem is that, like, because I'm so easygoing, I usually just go along with anything, because at the end of the day, it's probably not going to affect me that much.
submissive men
You were on her OnlyFans? Yeah, she asked me to look at it on stream. They review her fucking picture taking. What?
are dominant women. And the reason why there's more there's more submissive men than dominant women is because it is not in a woman's nature. It is not natural for a woman to be dominant, like especially like me. And the only way I'm this way is because of my upbringing. Okay, it is who I am. All right. Now, there are more male doms than there are female subs. Okay. When it comes to female doms, this ain't sexual for us. It's all about the power. Do y'all understand? When it comes to male doms, it's all about power and sex. Maybe sex first and then power, but power and then sex. It's all sex is a must with male.
Incorrect. Speaking as a male dom, it is not all about sex. It's a bonus. But let me see. So she's saying female doms, they only care about the power and they don't get any yeah, the only part I would disagree with is, no, I disagree with all of that. There are some females that do get sexual satisfaction for being dominant. Might be more rare, but they do. Those are the ones that like try to choke you while engaging in intercourse, right? And try to slap you, right? There's those out there. So yeah, I disagree with the full statement. I was trying to give a little bit of leeway. Nah, it's rare, but it's out there.
Doms. Sex is a must. With fem doms, we ain't interested in no dingling because we can get that. That's easy. That's easy. Okay.
It's not true.
We just in it for power.
I felt like this interaction was totally fine though. Throughout my life, people in friend groups, people would slap each other as a playful thing. No. Man, is that like a Hispanic thing, or is that like, I actually just had a friend tell me this about a Hispanic partner they had. I've never heard that. Hitting somebody or whatever, that's not a normal thing in any of the groups that I've been in, but maybe my upbringing was very white or white middle class. I'm Eastern European. Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Slap boxing, maybe. Just running up and slapping. No, that's not.
Maybe like a little bit of like locker room banter, like stuff like that, but
slap boxing.
Man, between like guys and girls?
This dude took 3 hours to get to this damn thing. Hold on, let me see if is he gonna ever get to it? Okay, I think we done. He's never gonna actually show the slap. And whatever. Of course, he's soft. That's what we learned. We learned two things. Destiny soft and this Brittany Simon chick a little thicker than what I thought. But besides that, we ain't learned nothing. He's soft, man. He is soft. And now he got a bunch of women fighting on his behalf because he was too soft to say, hey, I don't want to get hit. No, you cannot do that. Which, by the way, Abu, who I think is soft as well, at least was man enough to say, no, you can't hit me. In fact, how about I do it for... And then he like let Destiny warm his hand up before he got the slap off. It was all consensual. But either way, I think he's soft, and that's just that. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Now, if you have some extra time, can you do me a favor? Check out my music. I rap, I sing, and I make beats. All of that should be linked in the description. Also, if you want to watch me live stream, you can check me out on BX Beast Boy Live. That's another YouTube channel. It should be linked to my homepage. And you can check me out on Twitch and Rumble. I'm streaming on all these platforms, man. Trying to just get out there. Also, if you want to support me, you can sign up for my memberships on my channel, as well as my Patreon for as low as $1. You get exclusive access to a bunch of videos early before you even get it on YouTube, as well as videos that's not ever going to be on YouTube. Stuff that actually got me suspended and banned. It's kind of my anti-cancel culture fund for BX Beast Boy. You know what I mean? And it also helps me get resources for certain video essays and things of that nature. Check that out if you're able to. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and join my Discord if you are able to, man. The link should be somewhere within my description or somewhere on my channel. I would really love to see you there, man. That's where you get a chance to talk to me and the rest of my supporters, man. I appreciate you guys. Bang Gang out.